I'm Megan Waldrop, host of the Partners of Commercial Fishermen podcast, an extension of an online community for partners to connect and feel less alone. Our podcast invites fishermen, family, friends, and supporters of the industry to learn, laugh, vent, and hear stories about this incredibly unique way of life. What do you say? Let's dive in. Welcome back, POCFs, and today we're diving into solo date night ideas for when your fisherman's away and even activities that you can do when they are back home. Because cultivating our independent life is one of the greatest gifts and joys that we have as partners of commercial fishermen that I hope that you take full advantage of. I mean, not many people get to have this experience of time to themselves or time with their kids by themselves or any of the above, or with their pets by themselves. You understand where I'm getting at. So the reason why it's so important to harness this kind of time is because it allows us to nurture that self-love and acceptance. It can help us rediscover our interests. It builds independence and empowerment, and it gives us time to reflect on what makes us happy, understand our desires, our life goals, and personal values on a much deeper level. And it's a chance to really love yourself first, because if you really can't love other people the way that you want to if you're not able to love yourself first and fill up that cup so you can pour into others. I know all these metaphors, you've heard these cliches before about self-love, but it really is so important to prioritize yourself because you are the glue that's holding everything together. And not only that, this is your life. This is your life experience. Don't you want to enjoy your life? Don't you want to have fun? I actually just read a book. I highly recommend it. It's called I'm Mostly Here to Enjoy Myself by Glennis Nichol. It's so freaking good. It's about a one woman's adventure for the pursuit of pleasure in Paris. And she's child-free. She's not married. Even if you have children and you are married, it's such an incredible story about how she, as a 46-year-old woman, was able to just really kind of let go and put her deadlines aside and just lean into that whole self-love / I'm mostly here to enjoy myself, which honestly feels like it could be a mantra that we could all benefit from, honestly. Like, if you're stressed out, you're feeling something, be like, I'm actually mostly here to enjoy myself. So what can I do in this moment to ease the stress, to ease the pain that I'm feeling inside? Whether that's you're in a conversation, it's getting really heated. It's like, okay, what can I do to mostly enjoy myself? Okay, I can take a step back, take a breath, be like, that's that person's opinion, and that's okay. Moving on. So back to the solo date night ideas. I want to list I'm going to give you a ton of ideas, by the way. And first, I'm going to start off with a list of activities that partners of commercial fishermen like to do when their partners are away. And these are members of our group who have shared this with us. So I love hearing it. So here we go. Travel, refinishing furniture, writing, sewing, gardening, photography, quilting, business masterminds, online courses, reading, steelhead fishing. I love how specific that is. Hiking. Oh, wait, did I already say that? Anyway, go on some more hikes, garden, photography. I'm totally repeating myself, but that's okay. Book clubs, silent book clubs. Okay, I just heard of a local silent book club, which totally intrigues me. I love this. You go to a book club, I think they meet at like a cafe or something or a common space, and y'all just read together. There's no pressure to chit chat or have the small talk. You're just reading when other people are reading. You're all lost in your own worlds. And I mean, that sounds kind of fun. It feels like almost like a silent disco in the sense that you have your own earphones on, you're dancing to music, and everybody's there together, but having their own experience, which I think is really fun. Okay. Camping, snowboarding, wakeboarding, hunting, pickleball, hanging out with friends, work, school, yoga, meditation, sharpening up on cooking skills, journaling, and some other ideas. I'm going to go through these quickly. And pardon if I repeat myself, but maybe I'm repeating myself because maybe that means that this is something we all need to lean into. Nothing is a coincidence, my friend. Tama boots are the only fishing boots we recommend, and here's why. I came across Tama boots while walking out of the Pacific Marine Expo last year, and I didn't have plans to stop. I was exhausted after 3 days of PME, and if it can be very overwhelming. Yet I was curious about a new boot on the market. I thought it was kind of bold. I'm like, okay, well, we have the brands that we know of fishing boots, but what are they all about? They didn't have a huge gimmick to draw people in like other booths, but rather stacks of boxes to try on and purchase on site. And I wondered, what could they offer that other famous brands did not? And it turns out a lot. For example, they are the only boot on the market that passes military testing, which is the highest testing you can get is glycerin on steel. The slipperiest, most dangerous contact that your boot can hit is glycerin on steel, which, very similar to fish guts, if I may. Any kind of seafood residue. They don't call these boots grip tech for nothing. As a partner of a commercial fisherman, my top concern is safety. And this means that wearing these boots, that my fisherman has a better chance at safety on the water, which means I'm all in. Also, the side effect of these boots, which has been really cool, is that they last way longer than other boots that we've tried, and we've tried them all. Our deckhand busted a new pair of insert popular brand 2 weeks into crabbing in Oregon, and the glue fell apart, everything like that. And we immediately sent him a pair of Tama boots, and he hasn't looked back. And it's great because then you don't have to keep buying boots over and over again. It's totally worth the investment. They're about the same price as the other boots, and they last longer, which is amazing. And we've had fishermen from all fisheries test these boots on every slimy, slippery deck there is with rave reviews. And Tama's got the testimonials to prove it if you want to check them out. And, they don't just talk about wanting to be the best boots. They actually truly are. They're comfortable. Fishermen love how they nestle their heel. I could go on. I'm proud to say that Tama Grip Tech boots are the only boots that Partners of Commercial Fisherman Community recommends because they are the only company that tests for the highest standards of safety and comfort. Pass this along to your fishermen. You can find them at the Pacific Marine Expo this year at booth 1166, or you can purchase the boots directly at www.tamaboots.com, which is TAHMABOOTS.com. And pro tip, if you wear Bama socks, just size up like you normally would. And if you see them at the booth, tell them that the Partners of Commercial Fishermen sent you. Okay, here's some more ideas. Spend a day exploring your city like a tourist. Book a massage. Take a spontaneous road trip to a nearby hidden gem. Take yourself out for a fancy dinner at a restaurant you've always wanted to try, and maybe your fisherman doesn't really want to go, but why not take yourself out? Attend a local art class to unleash your inner artist. Get lost in a captivating novel at a charming bookstore or cafe. You could be at a silent book club, or it could just be you with a hot beverage. Maybe it's your tea or your coffee or latte of choice. And then you just get to read a novel like one of those movies that Meg Ryan would be in. You know what I'm saying? Like, be your leading lady in that movie. Let's see. Oh, my favorite, if you guys have been following along, attend a live concert or musical performance. Oh my gosh, that is where I go to church. I freaking love going to shows by myself. I say one of my biggest flexes is going to a show by myself completely sober and having a effing blast. Like, I freaking love live music. I know you must love live music. And going to a show by yourself, I'm going to repeat myself because it's just that great. Just to be able to go wherever you want. You can sit wherever you want. You can stand wherever you want. You can get whatever you want to drink. You can leave early. You can stay as long as you want. You can sing as loud as you want. You don't have to worry about anybody else. And the thing is, you're never alone when you're singing with all these people around you, enjoying the band in front of you. I cannot emphasize the live music piece. It is so freaking empowering too, to be like, I just freaking went to a show by myself. Like, a lot of people can't even fathom that. You don't even have to, it's dark in there. You don't have to feel awkward in any way. Like, it's such a great overall experience. If you do drink, just make sure you get a ride home, or, that you're safe. That's all. And if you're walking to your car at the end of the show, obviously make sure you're safe. Be aware of your surroundings. However, live music, y'all. Live friggin' music. Here's some more. Let's keep going. Create a vision board filled with your dreams and aspirations. Oh my gosh, how much fun is it to clip out of magazines? I know you got some old magazines lying around, or maybe you don't. You can get some free magazines at the library too. I feel that libraries, sometimes they have magazines that have expired, or that are, a month or two behind. what am I saying? A month or two behind. If the magazines that they're no longer using, sometimes they give away for free if you need them. But how much fun to just clip out your, what do you want? Like your wildest dreams. Like if nothing was a limitation, what would you possibly want? And put that, I used to paste it into a little, like a notebook that you would get. I think I even got it at the dollar store, one of those composition books. And I just paste it between like 2 pages. So it was like an open spread. You could do it on a poster, whatever. It's just so inspiring and fun and brings so much joy into your life just to be like, oh yeah, these are actual possibilities if I put my energy towards it. Vision boards. Got it? Okay, cool. Next, this kind of backs on to what I mentioned earlier. Attend a meditation or yoga retreat or class. So if yoga or meditation is a part of your daily life, what about possibly taking that to the next level? And maybe you do a home practice. Maybe go out and do a practice at a studio, and maybe they have a 3-day workshop, a weekend workshop. Try that. Or even they have tons of different meditation groups around town. If you Google, and I know we all live in different towns, but they are out there. It's really nice to go to meditation groups, just to show up and be like, we're gonna sit together and find our chi, to harness that chi. But honestly, some of them are guided, some of them are silent, but it's really cool to be able to sit amongst other people who are within a calm presence and are there to honestly find peace within. And so if you're interested in meditation at all, try a meditation class, or you could even do a YouTube. I know they have tons of guided meditations on YouTube. It's such a great way to just try to sit and surrender to whatever's going on, and to notice that you are not your thoughts, no matter what it may viscerally feel like. Our thoughts cause emotions. However, we don't have to attach to those emotions. And practicing meditation is such a beautiful way to be able to handle more challenging situations in the future without feeling like the world's going to end, especially with fishing. There's so many moving parts. We worry about our partner's safety, the volatility of the finances, weather, all the things. But being able to sit within and to be able to know how to drop in like that is so helpful. There's also an incredible, I think it's called Headspace on Netflix. And there's a series of, I think, 8 different episodes. They're 20 minutes-ish long. And they're so cool. It's like it's a monk who teaches you. He's like, oh, I went to this monastery and I learned this lesson, and I'm going to teach you how to drop in and do this kind of a meditation. So he explains it for about 15 minutes, and then he guides you through a meditation for about 5 minutes. So that would be a great way to start if you are thinking about it, which I will definitely talk about meditation more in future episodes, because it is such an important part of my life. And I know it is so imperative for us to be able to have that kind of awareness of our emotions, especially in the incredibly unique lifestyle that we lead. So we're going to keep talking about meditation in the future, but until then, YouTube, Google some local classes, or try that Netflix show. Here's another one that I really love. Volunteer at a charity organization that's near to your heart. It could even be a local nonprofit for pets or anything. It just feels really nice to give back and to get out of your own head. Once again, getting out of your own head and giving back. And maybe if it's even something volunteering with a local fishing community, beach cleanup, or any one of their activities they might hold. Just tune into those through Google. You can even search on Instagram and see what's up. If you're a mom, there's different mommy clubs available in different towns where you can bond over not just babies, but also meet other women who totally get the non-schedule in which that you have. So, and I know mommy clubs that do wine nights, bridge clubs, they do all kinds of activities. So try it, the mommy's club. And speaking of bridge, that was my next one. Mahjong or bridge clubs. Mahjong is so big right now, and I'm really, really curious about it. My mom actually does it with some of her new friends. Actually, she started going to a group with people that she'd never met before, and she loves it. She's like, I love my friends, and also it's really nice to meet new people. And I thought, man, that's really inspiring. I'm gonna try that. But Mahjong or bridge, man, my grandmother back in the day used to play bridge every day. When I was a child, I was probably less than 5 years old, but she would go down to Mildred's house, couple houses down, and her and a group of ladies would play bridge with their Irish coffee, and then they'd come home and then they'd make dinner. And I just think that's so charming and sweet. Just, a chance to be amongst other women or other partners or other people, that fellowship. Here's one that I think is kind of funny, but also I've been thinking about it. I'm not even kidding. Challenge yourself with an escape room experience. I know you know what an escape room is. I've never even been into one. I know my extended family has done these together, but that would be curious to figure out an escape room, especially actually by yourself. I feel like it would be maybe even more enlightening because you're not worried about any other person saying, we need to do this and do this. Like, no, you can do it. Also, they do let you out at the end, so you don't have to worry about getting trapped in there. Here's one I love. Go stargazing on a clear night. Number 75. Here's another one. Explore a museum or an art gallery. I love this. So you can put in your earphones or you just walk around and enjoy the art, enjoy the museum on your own time. Leave whenever you want. It's so calm. It's quiet in there. Beautiful. Take a scenic train ride to a nearby town. So fun. Like, how romantic is that? Try a new workout class. Maybe you want to try kickboxing, which I think sounds really badass, or maybe you want to do taekwondo, or maybe you want to do Pilates, or maybe you want to, I'm going to go into the next one, pickleball, because it's such a big, huge sport. What's the fastest growing sport in the US or the world? I don't know. Anyway, super huge, lots of community there. I know there's one in your town. Believe me. Take yourself out for a solo movie date. How fun is this? I remember taking myself out. Where did I go to? I went to Sex and the City, one of the movies by myself. That was fun. I'm not really a movie person, but I did enjoy that experience. My movie is a live concert. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I like. Learn a musical instrument. Okay. I have a deep appreciation and need to learn how to play the drums. When I was in 6th grade, they said, pick your instrument. Everybody in band, pick your instrument. I wanted the drums. There were about 20 dudes lined up for the drums. And I'm like, I'm not doing this. Like, I don't want to be lost in that crowd. So I picked the trumpet because it was the only one that was non-female. I wanted to do a non-traditional female instrument. So I picked the trumpet. That was fun. I was the last chair, and then I blew my horn enough. Oh, wow. And I ended up in first chair, woo woo, by the end of that. But my first love was drums, and maybe it's because I'm Puerto Rican and I love to keep the beat, and I want to feel that rhythm. So I am going to take a drum lesson at a local drum shop here, and I'm stoked about it. Okay, here's another one. Attend a self-improvement workshop or seminar. How cool is that? I mean, what could go wrong? I mean, just go and enjoy learning how to tune into ourselves, or even give ourselves a freaking break from time to time. You can do that at workshops or seminars. Even some of them might even just be for an afternoon. You don't have to dedicate a whole week or weekend to it. Here's a fun one. Taking a cooking class or a bread making class. Oh my gosh. I want to learn how to make sourdough bread like a boss. And that's a goal of mine. There's a little local bakery here in Wilmington called The Little Loaf, and they do bread making workshops. They sell out so fast. That is on my list to do. Let's see. Oh, start a journaling practice to capture your thoughts and experience. So journaling can feel, if you don't do it already, be like, oh God, now I have to journal. I forgot to journal today. No, it's fine. You don't have, you could literally write, I love food. Like just anything on the paper. You write one thought. Today I went to the store. Oh, today I heard from blah, blah, blah. It feels so good to actually put your thoughts on paper. It is such a great way to get it out of your head, put it on paper, even if it's something simple, and how fun to keep for yourself to read in the future or not read. You could burn it after the end if you want. One of the biggest tips that partners of commercial fishermen do say, though, that journaling is so helpful when you're not able to get in touch with your fishermen and there's things that you want to discuss. Maybe it's with your relationship. Maybe it's something with the home, finances, your future, and you're not able to speak with them because they're out fishing. Journal it, write it down, and then you can revisit it with them later when they return or not, but at least it's there and you feel like you're being heard because you put it down and you're listening to yourself in a way. Here's one. Do a puzzle. boom. I mean, like, you just have a puzzle on the table, an ongoing challenge. You can walk by, try to do a couple pieces here and there. That sounds like a lovely meditation. Honestly, I haven't even thought about that. I kind of want to look into that. Do a puzzle. Oh my God, you could even do this is coming to me right now. You could even make a puzzle of your faces, like a picture of y'all, and have the puzzle made. How cute would that be? And then that could be an activity that you do. Or it's a picture of you, or it's your pet, or anybody in your family, or maybe it's a picture that one of y'all have taken before, but that would be kind of fun. Or just get a regular puzzle. It's totally cool. Oh, here's a fun one. Experiment with a new hairstyle or makeup look. If you're into that, how fun would it be to be like, you know what? I'm going to use the other 6 colors of my eyeshadow case that I got when I got married, because I only use one of them. I'm talking to myself. And I could create a new makeup look if I wanted. I think I might actually have to do that. There's like 1 or 2 that I use and the rest are not used. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, why not experiment? Oh, and the new hairstyle. Okay, let me tell you, I've been cutting my own hair for a year and a half now. And I learned how to do it through a woman on Instagram called Jane Matthews. She's at Jane_Edo Salon, EDO Salon. Oh my gosh, so inspiring. All the shag haircuts she does and the pixies and just amazing. But she teaches you can buy one of her classes. She teaches you how to freaking cut your own hair. It's so empowering. It's scary at first. You're like, oh my God, am I going to mess up? And then you're like, it's hair. It'll grow back. It's totally fine. You can do a little bit at a time, and I have to say it's very addicting. I've had to put the razor down. You get a razor. It has a guard, so you don't have to worry about cutting yourself. But you can get a razor for like $20 on Amazon, and then through her techniques that are so easy, you can freaking cut your own hair. It's badass. And then you're going to want to cut your kid's hair, and then you're going to want to cut your husband's hair or your partner's hair, because that's what I did with Chris. And honestly, his haircut looked freaking great, and I have to pat myself on the back for that. But it's fun. Try it. Jane at Edo Salon. You can check out her hair cutting. What do you call it? Like a little, that's not a workshop, but lesson tutorial. There you go. Oh, here's one. Attend a local theater production. Another one, start a DIY project or craft. We have a member in our private community who just painted her bathroom. She did an accent wall in one of her bathrooms, and now she is painting palm leaves on it. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so impressed already. Can't wait to see what this looks like. But yeah, you can just do that. When you're by yourself, you can start your project and leave it and come back to it whenever you want and not have to worry about cleaning up for other people. I mean, it's pretty awesome. Attend a wine or beer tasting event or cheese tasting event. I'd be on that cheese train unless they had a non-alcoholic tasting event, which they're starting to, which I'm stoked about. Visit a historical landmark or museum to learn more about your local history. Isn't that cool? I mean, even if it was down to by your marina, like how much do you know about the Fisherman's Memorial down in your area? Or maybe there isn't one, but what about that cool old building that's an old museum that you've always wondered about? Like how fun would that be? Spend an afternoon at the library. I love a library. It's just another one of those peaceful places that you can just be and not feel rushed. The library in Charleston, there's one in James Island that has sewing machines, embroidery machines that are free to use. So libraries have all kinds of activities that you can do on your own for free. One of my favorite things about the library too is that now that we're in the digital age, you can access their online virtual ebooks and audiobooks, and those are also free. So you can get your library card, you can get a regular book, a regular with pages, or you can sign up for their virtual library and get all the ebooks and whatever you want for free. Love a library. Attend a local sporting event. Maybe it's baseball, maybe it's soccer. You know what's going on. Attend a comedy show or open mic night. Get up early and watch the sunrise, or find a beautiful spot to watch the sunset, or both. How lovely. Change around a room or space in your home. That sounds like fun. Take a pottery class. How cool is that? Organize a photo shoot of yourself. I love this because, no, it is not vain. Harness the stage that you are in your life, because honestly, like, when are you going to get a chance to take a picture and be like, oh, I like that picture? Take 700 pictures. You can totally do a photo shoot of yourself. You can share it with your partner if you want or not. And you can be like, this is in my memory bank of how awesome I am. at this age. Maybe it's with a new outfit, or maybe it's in black and white, or I don't know. I mean, why not? No one's going to be there to see it. You don't have to feel judged at all. Honor your beautiful self. Create a 5-year plan to manifest your future goals and dreams. This kind of goes with the vision board too, which I love that. And this final one, which is very important because of all the incredible blessings in your life, make a list of all the things you are grateful for. I love that. That just made me get all warm and fuzzy inside. So I hope this list of solo date ideas was helpful. If you're kind of feeling, I don't know what to do, that my fisherman's gone. I mean, when Chris left this year, it took me like a week to kind of get back on the saddle, if you will. And now I have to say, yes, I miss Chris and also. So yes, and I am thriving. I love having this time to myself. OMG. I love being able to wake up, practice meditation, practice yoga, have my quiet morning, get on with my day. I love this. It is such a gift for me to be able to dive in, to share everything that I just shared with you, to understand that self-discovery, to dive into my spiritual life more, to have space to do that and not feel like I'm on anybody else's timeline. I wish that for all of y'all out there right now. I wish that for you when your partners are gone. I wish that for you when your partners are here. And that's the best part about some of these solo date night ideas, or activities that you can carry on into your life when your fisherman returns. Because sometimes, not sometimes, sometimes it's not always like that, but sometimes the reintegration is a little challenging, to say the least, because hello, you are used to having your home to yourself, your kids to yourself, your pets to yourself. The time was all yours. You had more control over what you wanted to do or did not want to do. And then your fisherman comes home and they are trying to adjust to being in society again, trying to adjust to living in a home that isn't moving all around all the time, and feeling like they don't have to eat to survive and live to survive. They can just exist. So they're going through their own processes. And as they go through those processes, you can go tune into your own hobbies and your activities that you love and let them do that. Let them be them, and you can be you. And that's the best part, is that these are activities, these are ideas that can carry out throughout your lifetime, that you can always return back to, because no matter what, you are never alone whenever you're with yourself, because you feel whole inside. And also because you have us as the partners of Commercial Fishermen, who totally understand what you're going through on any level possible. If anything, you're like, is this weird? I'm like, no, it's not weird, because someone else has experienced that like 700 times. There's so many other people that know what you're talking about. But man, how nice is it to be like, I kind of like hanging out with myself. I'm kind of awesome. Not kind of, I'm freaking amazing. I love hanging out with myself because I get to do all the things I love. This is wonderful. I hope this is inspiration for you. If there's anything that you wanted to try that you've been like, I don't really know, maybe I want to play the drums, or maybe I want to try a sourdough class, or maybe I just want to go to a women's club and like meet other people, or any kind of club that you feel, LGBTQ club, whatever clubs that you feel like, just to meet somebody. It doesn't mean you have to live in that club. You don't have to like be a part of it. Why not just go check it out? You know what I mean? Or maybe you're like, I'm kind of bored. Maybe I want a part-time job doing something I would never expect. Maybe that's a way that you can feel, like you're stepping into a whole new exciting time, because you can do that at any point. You're never limited. The only limits that exist are in our minds. Yes. I know you've heard this before, but it's true. I mean, there's no one policing us to think or do any certain way. The only police that's going on is our thoughts that we have, repeatedly told ourselves, which, by the way, majority of the time are not true, unless they're positive. If they're anxiety inducing, if they are giving you stress, then take a step back and be like, how much reality surrounds that? Like, honestly, like, what does this serve? And sometimes, we've done it for so many years, it just feels like it's programmed in us, but that's okay, because we can keep practicing every day to come back and be like, you know what, thought, I appreciate you looking out for me. I know that you're here for the survival instincts, but I'm safe. Everything's okay. I'm going to jump into this new version of myself, which brings joy, which means I believe in that the future is working out for me in ways that I don't understand or can ever expect. I am so grateful for what I have in my life, and I'm going to exist in that space instead of in the lack, in the fear, in the competition, in the compare and despair. I mean, that's just like a wheelhouse that, man, it really, I mean, just to think those feelings, if you think the feelings of lack and just take a scan of your body and be like, what does that feel like? And then think of the feelings of joy and happiness. And maybe it's somebody in your life that brings you so much joy or happiness. You know, I think of my little nephew, Archie, in my head right now, and he just brings me so much joy that whenever I feel that maybe I'm struggling with anxiety and I'm like, well, how do I find that joy? It's like, oh yeah, Archie, he brings me that sweet feeling of joy, and that helps me lean into that gratitude, that anything is possibleness. Of course, my other nephews and niece, I love them dearly. I'm just giving you this example of Archie. I just have to say that equal opportunity Tia, equal opportunity Auntie Love. But, you know, sometimes thinking of something that brings us that much love and joy helps us step into it. So I hope you step into that love. I hope you step into that joy, because you deserve it. This is your life after all. You know, we might be partners of commercial fishermen, but that does not define us. What defines us is our beautiful hearts. And I know you have such a big one, and you are not alone, and you are so appreciated and valued more than you will ever, ever know. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to continue to reflect that back to you over and over again. Whether we've met or whether we haven't met, it doesn't matter. You are more valued than you ever know, than you'll ever know. And I just love y'all so much. And I totally appreciate you being here, following the podcast, returning every week. I just can't say it enough. Thank you for being a sounding board for not only myself, but to be able to share the thoughts and the lifestyles of other partners and other people who support our industry, and to learn how all of this incredible process of this kind of life exists and works for other people, so we can take the good parts and bring it into our own, you know? I love you. Thank you for listening. With much love and POCF pride. Until next time. Thank you so much for listening. To support our community, I'd so appreciate it if you'd tap the subscribe button to this podcast or write a review. And if you're a POCF who wants to connect further, go to POCFpride.com for weekly vlogs and to learn about opportunities to join our private communities. We'd love to have you.